Welcome, everybody. Today we're going to take a deep dive into something that's very important if you're a salesperson. We're going to talk about what's at the heart of every successful business deal, and that is the sales presentation. That is how you present yourself and the company to the customer. So we're going to break down exactly what a presentation really is, its key goals, and the best practices to make it work for you. So let's get started. So first things first, what do we mean when we talk about a sales presentation? We're not just talking about a slideshow on an iPad. It's the entire experience you create when you're with a customer. It's every moment, every interaction, every tool you use to tell a story about you, about your company, and why our product, our service is what they want and need. So we're talking about your Sumo quote. We're talking about company cam. We're talking about physical material samples. We're talking about how you look, how you smell, the entire experience that the customer has as a result of dealing with you. That's the presentation, the sales presentation. Everything you do in front of the customer builds a narrative in their mind. It's about painting a picture of value, trust, and experience. So why are we doing all this? What is the purpose of the sales presentation? Well, at its core, we want to do business with the customer. We want them to sign on the dotted line. We want an exchange of their money and our product. But we can't look at it simply as we are providing a product and in exchange for money. We want to show them the value that we bring to the table and why what we offer is worth every penny that we're asking for. Now let's break this down into the three main objectives of every great sales presentation. These are the pillars that hold up everything we do in front of the customer. So objective number one, show the customer their problem. Now sometimes, of course, the problem that they have is obvious: storm damage, a leaky roof. Other times their problem is not so clear, and it's your job, if they really have a problem, to point the problem out. Your job is to make that problem crystal clear in a way that resonates with the customer. This is why we show them pictures that are annotated on company cam. This is why we walk them through the pictures and we point out the problems with their roof. This is why we explain to them what could happen if they fail to take action now. They need to see the why behind the fix. This brings us to objective number two. Prove that the value you're bringing outweighs the price you're charging. Price in excess of value. Now, this is where psychology comes into play. People don't part with their money unless they think that what you have to offer them is more valuable than the money in their pocket. So let me give you an example. A hamburger costs $10. That hamburger seems to be about worth $10. Wait another hour. You're hungrier. That hamburger is worth more than the $10 in your pocket. Now add to that the smell of the sizzle and a little bacon. Maybe you'd be willing to pay even $15 for that hamburger. Why? Because you value the hamburger more than you value the money in your pocket. So that's what we're doing in a sales presentation. We're building a story that shows the customer how much they'll gain by choosing us. We're solving their problems, saving them headaches, delivering peace of mind. As you point all of this out to the customer, our price starts looking completely reasonable. And objective number three, removing obstacles before they turn into objections. This is huge. When it's time to ask for the sale, you don't want roadblocks popping up. So we try to remove those roadblocks during the presentation before the customer even has a chance to voice them. So let's talk about the 5 most common obstacles that will turn into objections if you don't deal with them during the sales presentation. The 5 are time, money, fit, self, others. Time, money, fit, self, others. So what do we mean by time? Of course, we know what that means. The customer often thinks that the problem isn't serious enough to deal with it right now. This is why you have to show them the problem and make it crystal clear. Second, money. This is the big one. Your price very often will be more than the customer wants to spend. This is where value in excess of price comes in. You gotta show them what they're getting: quality, long-term savings, reliability. and suddenly the price won't seem so bad to them. The third obstacle is fit. That's referring to whether the customer thinks we're the right company to do their job. Maybe they think another company is going to do a better job. Maybe they think another company will charge less. This is where value in excess of price comes in. We've got to show the customer that we're the best company. We're the most fit for them. We're going to do the best job. We've got the best reputation. The fourth obstacle is others. And we know what that means. They need to talk to the spouse. There's some other decision maker that's not currently there. And this is a lot of times an excuse why they can't sign right now. Now, the presentation can be crafted in such a way as that to increase the probability that the customer fully expects the other decision maker to be in agreement. Now, the fifth obstacle is self. Many customers simply aren't ready to take action. They're afraid of picking the wrong company. They're afraid they don't have all the facts. There's any number of reasons why they're just uneasy about moving forward. Now, it's your job to make them feel easy about it. It's your job to show that you're the expert. It's your job to show that we're the best company. By coming across as the expert, both in how you present yourself and the tools you use, Company Cam, Sumo Quote, physical material copies, etc. Also, reassure them that you are the right choice. Here's the key. We don't wait for any of these 5 obstacles to turn into objections. We deal with them one by one as we progress through the presentation. Show them the urgency before they say they want to wait. Prove your value before they question your price. Build trust before they question whether you're the right fit. By the time you ask for the sale, those hurdles are already cleared. Benjamin Franklin famously said, "Time is money," and that could not be more true than in a sales presentation. The customer's time is valuable, and so is yours. Every minute you spend with them should have a purpose. Every slide you show, every picture you show them, every video you show them, it should all be there for a purpose. We're not just throwing facts at the customer. We're crafting an impression. We're the ones you want to do business with. And if you don't choose us, you're missing out. Stand out from the competition. Bring energy, bring creativity, bring confidence. Ideally, they'll sign on the spot. But even if they don't, you've left an impression in their minds that they won't forget. Show their problem, prove your value, clear the path to a yes. Next time you're in front of that customer, remember the 3 objectives of a sales presentation and the 5 obstacles that you got to overcome before they turn into objections.